Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has a link to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as the links to my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all of my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. All right. With that said, listen, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show. We'll be talking all things Jets. We'll be covering stuff, mandatory minicamp, all the stuff we got going on. So please call in. I love going back and forth with folks. I'll be taking live callers. Can't wait to speak to you folks. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about Jamison Crowder restructuring his contract with the New York Jets and Marcus Maye also, reporting to this team facility. So we're going to get into that as well. So I'm going to start with Jamison Crowder. Listen, for those of you that don't know, Jamison Crowder has been away from the Jets during these OTAs. There's been contract issues. There was contract issue negotiations. The Jets wanted him to restructure his contract. And so the two sides were kind of, trying to figure things out. And Jamison, wasn't at OTAs. And everybody was wondering, oh, man, what's going to happen here? There was even some people in the fan base saying, hey, let's just get rid of him. Let's trade him. Let's do, let's just take what we can get or just cut him, move on. You know what I'm saying? Let's not worry about this guy because we got Elijah Moore. That's what a lot of people were saying, right? I was of the camp where I was saying, hey, listen, even though we got Elijah Moore, even though our wide receiver core, we've brought some pieces in, we need to make sure that we keep Crowder on this roster because of two things. One, because injuries happen, right? Injuries happen. Wide receivers, go down all the time. If you look at us last year, you'll see that, right? Rashad Perryman was hurt. Other guys, Mims missed time. Crowder even missed time. Sometimes we were bringing guys off the street. Chris Hogan, all these guys that weren't working. I don't think our wide receiver core got fully healthy until really late in the season, and we saw how that impacted Sam Darnold. We saw how that impacted our offense, right? We struggled to score. Our offense didn't have much chemistry. There was a lot of issues because our wide receiver core was hurt. There weren't guys out there, right? Also, when you look at the issues here, even though we have good wide receivers, it's always great to have depth, right? Depth because you want to have multiple guys be able to come in and produce. You want weapons, as many weapons as possible. When you look at other teams around this league that are really putting things together offensively, it's like the Chiefs and the Saints, so on and so forth. They have multiple guys that can come in and get the job done. Now, they may not be five starters on their roster. There may not be five elite caliber wide receivers, but there'll be, one or two, maybe three really good guys, and the other two guys they can bring in, they're solid and they can get it done. Really good route runners. They're able to get open. They understand the scheme, right? So those two things I was preaching to people, and I was telling people, hey, listen, Crowder last year, even, he was nicked up here and there. He was our best wide receiver, hands down last season, right? We need to keep this guy around. Well, the Jets have restructured his contract. They've agreed to it. You look at this situation now, and things are flowing, man. I'm excited to get him back into the fold with a contract restructure. The numbers have not been put out there yet, as of me making this video. They haven't said exactly what, the restructure is or how much he's going to be making and things like that. But, a lot of people are looking at the situation and kind of thinking, okay, if they restructured their contract, that means that, hey, they've brought his cap number down because he was making it $10 to $11 million this year. So they brought that number down, but they've given him enough to where he's happy about it. And they're also going to allow him, to go in free agency this coming off season. So, he's going to be able to get another payday. I think he's only 28, so he's going to be able to get another payday before 30. You know what I'm saying? So that works well for him. So either he's going to go somewhere else, or maybe the Jets look at him again and say, hey, maybe things shake out where, other teams are interested, but he wants to remain with the Jets this coming off season. Maybe we re-sign him again and give him a solid deal that works for us and works for him. We'll see how that works out. But as of now, again, the contract has been restructured and he will be a free agent, this next coming off season. So when you look at this, how this affects the New York Jets and this wide receiver core, as I was telling people, with him on this roster, and again, with us restructuring his contract, he's been brought back now, our wide receiver core is deep, man. It is deep. let me tell you, you look at, we were able to bring some pieces in free agency. Corey Davis brought in. That's going to be our number one. You're looking at Mims, who is probably going to be our number two. We got Elijah Moore, who we drafted, in that second round. We were shocked he was still there. We got him. He's being brought in. He's going to be the X factor. And then you got Jamison Crowder, a guy that I think is going to benefit from a lot of the things that we've done. With Corey Davis and Mims on the outside, he finally has a legit number one in Corey Davis. Mims is going to be filling in that number two role. These coverages are going to be looking very favorable for Jamison Crowder. Very favorable. You're going to have to pick your poison when you deal with the New York Jets now. This is not the Jets of the past where we just had major issues out there at wide receiver. No, we have some talent out there. So now Jamison Crowder is going to be able to work fairly freely from the slot, and he's going to be able to abuse a lot of these corners that think in their mind that they're going to be able to cover him one-on-one. You got to be crazy. So you've got to pick your poison. I think Crowder is going to be a big part of this offense. I could see him making a lot of really big plays and having a very solid year for us because of what we've brought in, man. So I really like this move. I really like what we've done. And I didn't even talk about the effect of Keelan Cole as well. Again, so we're going deep, man. We got so many guys. I'm telling you, this offense is going to be something for other people to really have to deal with now. And again, listen, this does nothing but bode well for us and our young quarterback. That was another thing I was talking to people about too. When everybody was talking about trading Crowder, I said, hey, we just drafted Zach Wilson. Do you understand what it looks like when you don't give your quarterback every single chance in the world to have somebody to throw to so that they can make a play? Does anybody not remember, what we did to Sam Darnold just last year where he was struggling because he didn't have enough playmakers out there? Does anybody remember how much he struggled in his career because he didn't have enough pass catchers? Why would you want to do that to Zach? Yes, we've brought in Corey Davis. Yes, we got Mims. Okay, we drafted Elijah Moore. Love that kid. We'll see what he does. Again, this is his rookie year. He's going to be figuring things out as well as he continues on in the NFL. Why would you not want to keep your best wide receiver on your roster from last year on this year to give your young quarterback another reliable set of hands to get the football to? I just didn't understand it, but I'm glad that Joe Douglas and Crowder's agent was able to sit down, get it together, and restructure it. So he remains a Jet for this season. Now, I want to talk about Marcus Maye. Man, listen, Marcus Maye has reported to the team's facility, which is huge. For those of you that don't remember Marcus Maye, we were hoping to get a contract done with him. Things just didn't work out, coming into the offseason, so they were able to franchise him, okay? He signed his franchise tag. He was completely away from OTAs. People were wondering if he was going to even come to the mandatory mini camp that's right around the corner, and a lot of people were speculating, maybe he won't show up, you know what I'm saying? But then there was reports coming out that said, hey, he's going to be, a good guy. He's going to show up and he's going to do his thing. And he has. He's reported to the team's facility. Now, I think that this is a big step because the Jets can actually get a deal. If the Jets can get a deal done with him before July 15th, which would be solid, again, they can get that deal done. If it's after, if they can't get nothing done before July 15th, then we'll see what happens going forward. But this is a guy that we need to keep a Jet as well. Marcus Maye is as versatile as it gets. He's one of the better safeties in the league, particularly in coverage. If you look at this situation, there's been a lot of talk about how his role may change coming into this season. He may move from the strong safety spot to from the free safety spot to the strong safety spot. There's been a lot of talk about that because he's so versatile. He can do so many different things. But I think getting a long-term deal done with him is extremely important. And I think Joe Douglas will get that deal done. I truly, truly do. Because this guy is phenomenal. And again, when you sign guys like this, guys that are team captains, guys that, have great voices in the locker room, guys that put it all on the line, it does nothing but bode well for your football team. And it shows your players, particularly the players that you draft, that if you play hard for us, if you play like a Jet, if you go to the wall for the New York Jets, we will make sure that you are rewarded and you will stay a Jet for your career. So I'm hoping that we get it done, but again, I love that he reported to the team facility. It's a big step for us in the right direction. So I'm hoping we'll be able to keep Marcus Maye. But listen, please comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about Jamison Crowder's contract restructure? What are your thoughts about it? How do you feel about him being a Jet? And what are your thoughts about Marcus Maye reporting to the team facility? So you folks comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. People have a good one. Peace.